Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Speedwall Racing and TTFL. And I'm here with Stuff, is it?
It is indeed, JV.
It is. Hello, how are you, sir?
Oh, not too bad. Looking forward to this amazing league race against SFR. So,
it is. It's amazing, and we are back for another league versus league. God, we do too many of these, but we're still here. So, who have we got racing tonight, sir?
Right, so with the lineups at the moment, just have a little quick check through, just make sure. And people on my end on TTFL, TTG Squeezy, TTG Poe, TTG Maze, TTG Weed Nation, TTG Alan K, Plaster, Sean MUFC, and Pacels. Should be our racing drivers for tonight on TTFL.
How many TTGs do you want in that sentence?
Don't ask.
And for Speed Force Racing representing us, we have T. Jonas, who I think is a few minutes late or is either here, GP1 Hamilton, Chopper, Lee Nell, Uzi, S. Graham, Smelly Badger, and Gamey Things. That is our amazing troop heading round to Spain, a track that everyone loves for pre-season testing where it usually snows.
It'll be interesting.
We have an update. 1 minute until T. Jonas will be joining us. It's always going to be one that's going to be late.
I think I got an update as well. It might be a team change at last minute for one driver. I got a possibility that C3 could be filling in for Sean. Just waiting for further confirmation on it.
Well, things wouldn't go smoothly if it wasn't a league versus league.
Indeed.
Now, while we're waiting, why didn't you tell us a bit about TTFL?
TTFL is a league race that races on Fridays, every 8 PM on Friday nights. Good bunch of good racing drivers in there, the likes of Spike, Lambo, familiar names from TTL, but also from outside as well. They do go really hardcore on racing as well, same complex as TTL, and they just like to push the limits and know how to race, so they're really feeling quite fiery for tonight's action, so fingers crossed, see how they do. But obviously coming up to opponents with SFR might come spice things up.
Definitely will. And the obvious difference between this event and any other league race is that all drivers from each league are working as a team. So you don't want to mess up your own team. So if you know someone's faster than you, say Lee Nell is quicker than Chopper, he should let him through. If he doesn't, then it's going to make it an interesting show for the rest of us.
Well, you know, each team, they like to work together to get the most points out of each other as they possibly can. But at the same time, they know they're also out there, just having a race, thinking it's competitive, all for themselves. So, it'll be very interesting to see how it goes, especially with a track like Spain, where we're racing tonight. So many action points.
Spain is a brilliant track and it should be interesting. So the tyres obviously that we are bringing to Spain, as shown on the SFR stream right now, is the softs, the mediums and the hards, and obviously the wet and the intermediates will be in play as well if it begins to rain. Are we hoping for a bit of rain, Stuff?
Wow. With rain around Spain, it doesn't always never go down the drain. But, there has been some historic moments when it comes to weather racing around Spain, especially in real life. You had to go look back at 96 when Schumacher drove his Ferrari to first win in the wet, so it can be done. See how the rain goes.
But do we want it in such a battle situation?
Oh, a little bit of rain spice up a bit there, JV. See, it's all about skills and see how they will go with teams. It
definitely will be, and it would be entertaining to see. Now, I see T. Jonas, and I think is that Kareem Kapitan? Is that?
Yeah, it is indeed.
Kareem Kapitan. That's a name I haven't remembered for a while. I believe I know him. That'll be interesting if I do remember him. So these two are in the lobby. By the looks of it, we should be getting ready to go soon.
And I believe C3 C3 is also in the lobby as well, so I'm presuming he is covering in for Sean. So
still, we're getting ready to see if our brilliant gladiators will have a fight together. You need to see they're all itching to get out the pits, aren't they?
Oh, they're just literally like, you know, sitting in the cars going, come on, anytime now, like, just want to get out on track, just to get out, show my worth to my team, show my worth to the league, do it for pride. So
every driver wants to show off, and yet they've all got to work as a team. So we have 7 drivers ready as we click over to 8 and the 30-second countdown starts. Oh, you excited, mate?
Oh, I am indeed. I am definitely looking forward to this. No matter what the weather, we're going to be in for a cracker.
Definitely is. So, this is league versus league. SFR versus TTFL as everything goes orange on my screen. We're looking at the McLaren. No, we're not. It's my connection dying.
Oh dear, don't die please, JV. We want to keep your connection going.
It normally does that before the event anyway. So, we're heading on track. Obviously, we're both hoping for rain. Oh, at least I am, because I'm a cynic.
Let there be rain.
I mean, I could do with some rain.
Send the rain that I had down here for the last couple of days over the happy days.
You know what? Apparently it's only a blip that we're going to be having rain like this. Apparently it's going to go back to being like 30 degrees next week.
Oh, there's going to be another heat wave.
Shoot me.
So I'll just go find an air conditioning
building. Genuinely, tit gun, head.
Ah, we don't want that, mate. We don't want that.
Nah, bring out the rain. Right, we're just waiting for Weed Nation to connect through, and got to make sure we skip this silly FOM advert.
Yes. Rapidly spamming it as I speak.
Still loading.
There we
this
go.
game sometimes loads, takes ages, but who cares? We're going racing. But first we have to deal with qualifying, so all the drivers are going to be so happy with that.
Indeed. 12 minutes of quali. So
should have been 18, but you know.
Yeah, it should be 18, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, 12 minutes of quali. Getting in about at least a couple of laps. So
Right, as Kareem Kapitan leaves us.
Ooh, connection problems maybe?
Hopefully he can rejoin us, or the TTFL squad will be running one car down. Good for Speed Force, not biased over here.
Oh, come on, man, we need to come back in to support TTFL. Not being biased on that one either.
Definitely do, as we see a Red Bull on the move. Who's that? It's a Scotsman. Oh, and I think there's a Toro Rosso, so we've got 2 drinks companies leaving.
Which one's out on verse?
I believe, just got to wait for someone to click over, saying that they're on an out lap. Anyone?
TTTV.
And who else is joining him? It's a Red Bull of S. Graham. So we got 2 of the of our first gladiators on match. And both the 2 first drivers out are the separate drivers, separate leagues even. That's the word.
Separate leagues, separate cars.
Oh, I've just got a message apparently.
What's the problem?
Full wet race.
Oh, happy days. We're going to be in for a cracker. I think they probably will realise that when they go out the pits.
See, now that's the point where half the drivers who are going to go on the medium tyres and that haven't looked at the weather.
Yeah, this is always going to be interesting, so...
It definitely is. And I tell you what, S. Graham, mate, you're going to have to start backing up and having a gap because you don't want to be catching this guy too quickly unless he lets you through.
I think Poe's like all gearing up now, literally came around like last sector now, so just currently going to be on board in TB pod on him as he goes around on the track.
Alrighty then, mate. Why don't you take us through the lap then?
Sure thing. Coming around the last corner now, heading up towards the line, DRS active, and Poe now starts his flying lap, keeping a little bit to the inside, although perfectly to be on the left on racing line. Headed down into turn 1, heading 200 miles an hour, 100 meter board, braking in into turn 1, 4th gear, hitting the apex, now into turn 2, 5th gear, hitting apex, now long turn 3, keeping nice and tight in, getting more speed. little bit back and wants to come out a little, heading into turn 4, touch into the apex, now go a little bit wide towards the end, the outside, nicely done. Now heading into turn 5, but we keep inside as tight as possible, good exit, yeah, back end, I want to get him out a little bit, but it's all good. Now into turn 6, we'll crest into 7, in the kink off into 8, is quite blind. Not committed to go full flat out, but you can go flat out. DRS is active. Heading down into turn 9, heavy braking zone into second gear, and goes to the exit there. Turn 11, coming around in 4th gear. Again, nice line there. And turn 15, going into the new layout with the old layout going around and carrying on into the chicane. Again, all back in, want to come out now into the last corner. Now heading towards the line, DRS active, see what he gets. It's a 118.7. So
it's a solid lap from TG Poe as S. Graham comes across the line now to argue. DRS open a little bit at 121.3. So is that a mistake from S. Graham?
Didn't look too impressive, but
I'll tell you what, mate, another spanner's been thrown in the works. I've been told that we're having a restart.
Oh no, really? Oh,
full session restart.
Oh no. As things were going well.
You guys have switched the player apparently, so we're going to leave this session and get this all sorted.
Good old technical starts there.
Asking what we're going to do with the weather situation, because that would have been a cracker.
Indeed.
I'm not going to read that message aloud.
No, especially if you're still streaming.
Right. Apparently the weather will be set to dynamic, so we may have just lost a full wet race right there.
Ah, really? Oh, I was looking forward to that as well, JB.
So was I. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Because we're only a few minutes into qualifying, there's no point us going
the one shot, as there's not enough time. We've still got enough time for the streams to handle all of this. It needs to be as fair as possible, apparently, about the weather.
You can not just add the red one where it was first in the time planned, you can do it in custom.
It could do, but still, we have to wait and see what will happen. So, we saw one lap of qualifying. We saw a drastically different lap there from S. Graham and Poe. Poe doing a 118 and S. Graham doing a 121. Where do you reckon S. Graham made so many mistakes in that lap?
You can easily make a mistake at the start, going into turn 1 to turn 2. If you don't get your lines perfectly fine on both apex on turn 1 and into turn 2, you can lose the back end a little. You can go a little bit wide in turn 3, going onto the green, but it's not the best optimal line. You can go wide at the top before the DRS straight on the back straight. You can go wide and hit the gravel and have a little bit of a backhand happy moment. Or you could lose it in the last sector, especially going over the last chicanes where the literally curve's a bit more higher, especially the sausage curve. That can cause your back end to go.
It definitely is. Well, as you can see, he wasn't driving a McLaren, so his wheel didn't fall off. Right. Apologies for the screen going blue as we're getting invites sent to us now.
I was just still waiting for my invite.
Oh, I'm going to get top priority because the host is, you know, SFR.
Yeah. Fix. All is good, all is good.
Sorry, I'm just getting messages out of my back end right now. I'm trying to work out what's happening. Hello. Right, let's go back into spectator mode. Make sure that's all set up.
Just literally waiting for a go invite by now.
There's a lot of interesting things going on right now with the Speed Force chat, and I'm not going to read any of them out.
Yeah, if it's like involving swear words, we would rather not. or unless it's secret team tactics.
No, it's
No, no, no.
So it's not all swear words, but those swear words are in my personal chats. Wow. So we're going to have an interesting time now trying to work out what's happening with this event. We have no weather results again, so we're back to basic.
Okie dokie. Oh, hang on, update.
Now I'm just completely getting messages off my best friend who's heading back home today after having a nice holiday in New York.
Oh, happy days. Well, a good place to go from New York.
I mean, I asked her to take me, but she does live in Nevada, so she wouldn't take me.
Oh, damn. Never wrong going into Nevada.
Tell you what, I do, and I will one day go and see her, because she is my best mate, and I honestly can't wait to go and meet her.
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you.
I know. How sad is B for us? Now I'm going to go downstairs and have a tattoo at the same time. Yes, because I'm a hard man. I'm a big 6'4" man with a giant frickin' beard, 5 tattoos, and I like to cuddle kittens. That is the description of Speed Force Racing.
Big man softy.
Basically me, yeah.
Although at the moment, got little minor issues on my end.
Are you?
Team wise, yeah. Well, I just got watching what can't do.
Obviously, at first, I get to drive.
It's one of the drivers that obviously like say he doesn't want to race, but everyone else can. But it's like, come on, stick it in there. Just literally come and race.
Well, we have a slight issue. One of our drivers may have to leave halfway through the race or a bit through the race.
Oh no.
Well, what can he do? He's got to go pick up his missus. And we have no other reserves online right now.
Oh,
so
no.
we'll have to wait and see what will happen.
Tell her to get a cab.
So as we await to head back to circuit, we're going to sit here and have another chat about hopefully how these leagues can improve racing.
Well, obviously both leagues we got both competitive.
It's both so competitive. We all want to race, clearly.
Indeed. But we're both in the box, so that's not a problem. At least we can enjoy the action.
Yeah, we're fine. We've got a nice air-conditioned box with the door locked. The drivers are all downstairs and scrutineering having an argument, not us.
Well, we're in the box. We just got our own supplies and aircon and everything. Front row seats as well. You can see everything.
Well, I tell you what, right? Just completely breaking the fourth wall here. You know why they don't bring chairs to the commentary events?
Go on.
Well, because leather chairs, they make too much noise for comfort. And if they're having plastic chairs, you're not going to want someone sat on plastic chairs for 180 minutes, are you?
No, nobody wants to sit on that.
No. And imagine Martin Brundle if he fell off.
Yeah, that won't be good. That won't be good.
It'd be bloody entertaining, but you know.
Well, Crofty will be there waiting himself and he'll do the same thing.
Oh, Crofty, forget. Oh, it's Johnny Herbert's fallen on the fire. I mean, Martin Brundle.
He'll probably we'll probably have to do like a race and like there'll be like a minute of a few minutes of laughter going on, and yet there's accidents going on the track. It's just like, where's the update on the other place, guys?
See, versus at Le Mans, they actually do have like seats and that, because the commentators basically stay in that room all night.
So I have after a couple of hours, I'm like, wait, I'm out of the room. See you later.
Well, occasionally, obviously, they'll go off to have a bit of food and have a pee and that, but then they'll come back and they'll be in there. But they have a settee in there. They have these like these swivel chairs that they sit on. But, at F1, because they're only there for 180 minutes, it's like you guys can stand. Just make sure you have comfy shoes.
Or for that, if we have like some specialised mould in there, just like, you know, just take your shoes off, just stand your foot in, and there you go. You got comfort there for 100 minutes.
Yeah, might as well do. I mean, right now we're missing 4 drivers, 3 drivers, as one of my drivers has just left due to him not being able to continue due to having to pick up his wife or his missus even later on. Not sure if they are married, and he's one of my mates. Ooh, that feels awkward. Well, he's got to pick her up in less than an hour. It takes him an hour to get there. So
At the moment, currently missing 2 of my guys at the moment. Don't know where they've gone.
well, he's not missing much, is he?
Yeah.
Sitting in a lobby. Might go down and get a coffee. No, it's a bit far.
Yeah, they don't.
Might text my mum and say, "Can you bring me up a mocha?"
Oh god.
That's being very cheeky. That one. I'll get a slap for that.
Yeah, that is very cheeky. Don't get room services and commentary.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. We don't get paid enough for that.
Don't even get paid at all. I don't know what you're chatting about.
We don't get paid.
We don't get paid.
TTFL do to you?
If TTFL give me like some good sponsors and stuff out on YouTube, so it's alright.
Oh.
They know how to do a good job, so it's all good.
You with all your fancy sponsors. We don't need sponsors. We're just the kings of racing. We race for the speed.
You're in for the speed with a lot of force.
Definitely. They're still missing a few drivers. There's someone spamming ready up. It's Maze.
Oh, good
He's
Maze.
wanting to go.
Oh, don't tell me you guys are going to be doing the tactic like you're going to be doing TTL, like couple of nights ago, spamming the expert and literally making like a rainbow disco in the lobby. And then as soon as it got to 1 second, someone decided to unready themselves and had to go through all the countdown timer again.
I tell you what, we're readying up and we only have 14 drivers. Who cares? At this point, we're going to have to go for it.
Indeed.
So, we're missing 4 drivers. I know one of them's one of mine, and I think the rest are yours, aren't they?
Things like a couple of our guys, but see what happens. All we got to do now is just have a good qualifying, that's it. And good race.
It is going to be a good race. It'll be interesting now to see how the teams will coordinate with everything. Should be 7 versus 7 now. It's 14 versus 14. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. One of ours is pulled out. One of theirs is pulled out. Okay, there we go. That's a good event. I'm just getting messages from 2 different people at once. Can't decide which one I want to respond to, so I won't respond to either.
We don't need to worry about that now, mate. We are going into qualifying again. Round 2, Collie.
Anybody else getting deja vu? So in Q1 we lost 4 drivers.
Yeah.
Here in Q2 is where everything matters.
Doesn't matter what time you go on.
Should be interesting. Hopefully it's raining qualifying now because I need some rain in my life today. It's not.
It's not, but it's a little bit
more overcast though, isn't it?
Yeah. It is indeed a bit more overcast.
Alrighty then. So we've already done all of this intro and we had a nice chat in the middle of it. So back to Spain.
Indeed, good old glorious Spain, situated in Catalonia.
Yes, the division of Spain, which might not be Spain for much longer. I've just had a message saying it is a dry race now, which means all the fun go out of it.
Oh, guys, we wanted a wet race. Why could he not do it? Anyway, going back to qualifying.
Yeah, that's how it is. I believe that's S. Graham leaving the pits and a few Renaults coming out at the same time, so a busy pit lane now.
Indeed.
So I believe the 2 Renaults are the most, as we get a message on chat. We have a message from Lee Carroll, a good friend of mine, who says he's just said good luck SFR and good luck to TTFL at this rate, because we've only just managed to go racing and we've been here for nearly 45 minutes.
Indeed. Right,
Who
so
was first out on track?
Squeezy is first out on track again, this time in his Haas.
Changing it all around.
Yeah.
Let's hope most of the drivers stayed in the cars. I think S. Graham stayed in his Red Bull, so that's the only SFR driver I know that's left the garage at this point.
Indeed. So, pretty much Squeezy's going in.
Just to give you fair warning, mate.
Go on.
I will be commenting and judging TTFL purely on their crash helmet designs.
Oh, okie dokie.
I'm one of those people that love F1 helmets, so you know.
He's got to be like excellent, mate. Excellent helmets we got. So I hope it makes it all good for you.
They want sector 2 and 3. I think this driver's just slowing down to try and find a gap. That's good-o from them. Hopefully no contact. Hopefully we won't see any zero pace penalties.
Indeed. So we're going on board again with Squeezy, going round over the line. DRX active, and over the line he goes. Heading up to 8th gear, 200 miles an hour, going down into turn 1
brake. He's keeping it a straight line, isn't he?
Indeed. Going to
I'll tell you what, is he on a pad? Because I've had those issues.
I'm not too sure. I think he might be on a pad. I could be wrong.
Yeah. To be honest, mate, we've been through a lap already. I know it was about 5 hours ago, but you know.
Oh no.
See, look at this. He's taking some good lines here. A little bit wide there, but a late apex, so he's absolutely nailing this. No oversteer, a little bit of understeer occasionally.
Yeah, he's just letting the car roll, let the car grip in the corner with a bit of understeer. Now he's going to go flat out here. Not exactly committed. But
not as committed as he could have been, but still, he made it going.
Indeed, into a heavy braking zone. In sector 3 now, where it's very technical. Mid to slow corners. So we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, and it's C3.
Oh, let's have him. Oh, he's in the wall.
Oh.
That is a big accident for the Toro Rosso driver there.
Where is that though? That's the question.
He's gone off heavily, hasn't he? There was no contact with another driver by the looks of it, by TG Poe coming across.
Paid in a 118.7.
Oh, in the house as well. I believe, is that Yuzi? Who's on that? Yuzi is the driver, I believe. No, T. John in the Sauber going for the 120.0. Smelly Badger in the Williams going for his race car 128.5. So SFR struggling on their initial outlaps.
Thing is to get a good outlap for Pacels for TTFL with a 120.1 going P4 in the Renault. Not a bad driving from there.
Here comes Yuzi though in the Red Bull. Will he usurp him? He's pulled to the right, so he's not confident with that lap. 121.4.
Plaster goes 7th with a 121.5. So
where's my buddy? There it is. Trying to work this system. So SFR Chopper in the Ferrari is now coming down to finish his lap through this technical sector just before Fernando Alonso lost his wheel. Comes around the final corner. He just wanted to end, but it doesn't. It keeps going. Opens DRS in the Ferrari and goes third with a 119.4 and is currently leading the charge for SFR's qualifying efforts.
Yeah, Reed Nation was in P3. Just literally about for a few seconds, and obviously Squeezy.
Well, Squeezy's been taken out by GP1 Hamilton, who says SFR Choppers, no way, I want to be up there.
Yeah, that's not a bad lap with 118s.
Definitely was. GP1 Hamilton could have won the previous event in SFR at the USA Grand Prix, but struggled in the second stint, inevitably handing the win to VSR Marquez, who has not joined us tonight.
We'll see what happens now. This is their chance to shine.
Definitely is, as Yuzi, the Red Bull driver, comes into the pits again, just behind Plaster even.
Yeah, Plaster's now outside the top 10. So, depending on the weather in this for the race, which is a dry race, he can opt to go again. Which I'd probably say go for it. Being the, excuse me, as I try to clear my throat. Right, there we go. As I carry on, as I say, obviously people outside the top 10, they can start with their race start they want. But obviously the people in the top 10 can't exactly do that, unfortunately.
You'd have thought they would have taken softer tyres to this event last year, but they didn't, which was a bit disappointing. Hopefully, I think they ran ultra softs here at 2018, so it should be a fun time come the next game.
But be interesting. Although I'll probably say ultras will probably rip the tyres off a bit more.
Still entertaining. I'm the advocate for the 2013 tyres, and if you push too far, blow up.
There we go, indeed. S. Graham goes into P9 with a 120.8.
And I believe that's all of the drivers bar Mays, who is just coming out of the pits now, alongside T. Jonas and Weed Nation, who's just finishing off his lap now, but he's 5 seconds down, so I think he should dive into pit lane
he's in the pit lane now. He's in the pits.
Yeah. So, T. Jonas is currently just left the pit lane in his Sauber, so he's going for another lap with 5 minutes to go, really, in this qualifying session. Should be an interesting go-around. Right now, the leading two are from different leagues.
Indeed, this is going to be very interesting. Perry is a good, quick driver, I can tell you that for sure. And obviously, GP1 Hamilton as well. He's very quick as well.
Hamilton is no slouch.
Oh, but he's just slowing down. He's slowing down in Sector 3. Now, I'm guessing if it's just to get his temperatures in his tyres a bit more optimal for the perfect lap.
It could be, or it couldn't be. It could be that he's just heard that some of his drivers are coming out the pits, so he doesn't want to get in the way of them.
That's very true, but the people that are coming out of the pits, they've got to be mindful of the cars behind that are going faster, so...
Definitely is blue flag conditions and all of that jazz. Now, I've just thought of a question in my life. In my life, yeah, it was many
in your life.
I would say to an online racing league. What do you want about? No, the question I'm running right now is: are we running formation lap?
That'd be a question. If it is, then obviously fair play. If not, it's just straight in and go.
Normally in SFR we run formation laps, so I'd assume as we're racing on home trial we should be. I'm not sure now, but who knows. Just something I want to bring up, that apparently in the next game with the formation lap, the formation lap's actually going to mean something with the tyres and all that.
Oh,
yes, we have formation lap on. I've just had a voice in my ear confirming that we have formation lap on.
Happy days.
From 2 people at once. Jesus, lads, calm down.
Commitment. But yeah, no, with formation, that's, you know, see how it goes with implementing it, making it more strain on the tyres. So
definitely should, and I think it'd be cool if you spin it on the formation lap, your tyres get about 20% more wear.
Right, there we go. Here's a little fact for you. Name a guess for the driver who has spun it on the formation lap and did not start.
Is it a driver on the Maze?
Maze, well done, Maze. 1 minute 18.9. Fair play.
Is it a driver on the current grid?
No, it's not.
Ooh. Stretching my muscles here with the age as T. Johnson might have been invalidated due to or something, and we see a fourth India leaving the pits. Is it Adrian Suttill?
No, it's not.
No, I was going to say, that sounds like a thing he would do. How about we chalk it up to see if any of the viewers know that?
Right,
go. What was the question again? Just run through it.
Right, so the question I am asking for everybody watching on both streams is the driver I'm thinking of
no.
on the... What?
Sorry, we've had a driver of one of mine leave the session.
Oh no, please don't do it again.
I believe that's just down to an internet issue. I'll just wait for some confirmation from the chats as you run through your question again. He's got 1 minute. He needs to get back in here soon.
So, literally, the question asking you lot is name the driver.
You can't do this question, mate.
Name
people keep joining now.
Name the driver I'm thinking of who has spun it on the formation lap and has not started. And if you can get the answer correctly, fair play to you of your knowledge.
There you go, that's the Ava of the streams. Put it in the chat and we'll see what will happen. I've got the chat open on my phone now. Will Plaster be blocked by S. Graham in the red? Well, it doesn't look like he will. S. Graham's just further enough ahead of the car, so he just might get a distant tow from him, which would be good. As Plaster now sets to improve his lap, he doesn't. He's 2 tenths down.
Now with a minute to go with JB.
Yes, a minute to go.
It's going to be very interesting on the top. Obviously, Perry is out on a lap, and so is Hamilton.
Hamilton's on a build-up lap.
Yeah.
The CTL Maze retires from the session. He's retired in the pit lane, and so is Plaster. So, these guys think they've done enough. Plaster, well, you can't go much further than that, mate. S. Graham can beat you. That's possibly the only driver there, as Zenzi is already out of the session.
Z3 is obviously out of session, but keeping on Plaster, he can pull out good results here.
Plaster's retired, mate.
Yeah.
He's out of the car.
Yeah, but he's going to be thinking about racing though. He's going to think about ahead. So, oh, Poe with
Poe.
a 1:18.5.
That.
That is a good lap there for Poe.
Tell you what though, GP1 Hamilton will have seen that he's improved, and he doesn't want to let that go. And he wants pole position for Speed Force Racing. I believe this is his first Speed Force Racing league versus league that I have commentated over.
Reed Nation confirming P4 at the moment. Gaming Things P7. Pacers in 10th. Smelly Badgers in the pitch. S Grahams can only go at P11.
S Graham and Yuzi. Oh, little lock up there from GP1 Hamilton. Is that the strain that might just cost him pole, as he's been beaten by SFR Chopper right now? This is a fight between Speed Force guys, not just TTFL guys as well.
Squeezy splitting it up there. Squeezy splitting it up.
Takes that. Who's coming on top? Is it going to be GP1 Hamilton? Is it going to be Chopper? Is it going to be Poe? Who knows? As Hamilton crosses the line, and he goes second.
P2, so Poe is at the moment standing on pole unless any other else is on track. No,
I think that's it, mate. That's it for qualifying. As we look at the man who's about to finish his lap, it's TG Poe on pole position here for League versus League Spain.
Yeah. Well, good qualifying session got here. Obviously, TTFL leading the way at the moment. Obviously, it's not fully done yet. So,
look at that. That's look how close that is for pole position. How close do you want it?
That's literally feel like a Rizzler paper on that, baby.
Alright then, so why don't you just run it through the top 10 as quick as you like, mate. You got 10 seconds.
Right, we've got Poe in P1, Hamilton P2, Chopper P3, Squeezy P4, Maze P5, Weed P6, Gamey 7th, T Jonas 8th, Smelly Badger 9th, and Passels in 10th.
And out of the top 10, we have a fair few drivers who will run through on the formation lap, and we can see who's running what. So it took us a while to get us here, but we're getting ready for the formation lap here in a very dry Spain.
A very sunny Spain too.
Oh well, you can go to the beach after this one.
Well, might as well just get the beers now and just enjoy it.
I don't drink, mate, so you enjoy it too.
Well, I'll
sit here with me coffee.
Yeah, you just have your coffee, I'll be here with my beers, it'll be fine. I'll just be the James Hunt, it's fine.
Well, he was on drugs as well, mate, to be honest. He was so high through most of the com sessions.
Yeah, but he's, you know, James Hunt was the party boy, so, playboy, so...
He was a legend. So, just waiting on a few drivers to confirm their settings as we head to formation lap. No, that's not an angle I wanted. There we go. So formation lap as Poe leads us away, and the Haas, who's that? Squeezy not wanting the same formation. Get back behind these drivers, mate. That's not how we go.
No.
No, actually, he may have been thinking that this is actually a race situation.
Yeah, just like you probably get like little practice starts. But looking at tyres,
I tell you what, mate. Yeah, I've just seen that too.
Everyone apart from Easy is on the softs, and obviously Easy's on the hard tyres, so he's playing the long game.
He definitely is. The only issue with that setup is if he gets damage on lap 1, then that whole setup goes out the window.
Indeed, that is indeed. So, especially going into 10-1, obviously he's like getting a mid corner, but you expect like people to go 2-3 wide. Hopefully,
definitely is. This is the longest run in Formula 1 to turn 1, I believe. Lap 1, or do you want me to?
I'm happy to take it out from lights up to around lap 1. Hopefully, if you see anything I don't see, let me know. I'll try to pan it on the camera. But obviously,
I will jump in if I see anything. It's probably going to be a spinning car as we get ready to line up here for TTFL versus SFR. SFR versus TTFL. Here in Spain, as Poe leads us onto the grid with GP1 Hamilton in the Mercedes following him, with the Ferrari of SFR Chopper finishing up the top 3. Who is going to end up on top in the podium of this race? Who is going to end up on top in the league battle? Who knows? Who cares? We do!
Well, like I say, we are lining up for a good race here, so...
It's going to be fantastic. We see Salba ghosting through a few people. I'm not sure who that is. That might be Badger there. No, he's in the Williams. Ignore me. So that might be T. Jonas. Okie dokie, diddly do. I'm going to hand you over to Steph now for lights out.
Right, just hope we try and get a quick camera angle, hopefully. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lights out, and away we go. A little bit of delay there. Obviously not getting the best camera angle here, so here we go. Poe is now heading down into turn 1, still maintaining his battle. Hamilton is being attacked from Squeezy and Chopper. Oh, and Chopper takes up 2 places there, going around the outside. Oh, and we got Mercedes
Hamilton's
off.
Gone.
Is that Hamilton gone?
Hamilton has gone majorly wrong. Let's have a look there. He has still got a whole front wing, but it's absolutely fine. I'll head back up to the top for you, mate.
No worries, I'll get back up. So obviously Poe's still leading the way with Squeezy being his teammate there, backing up. And obviously Chopper in P3, obviously under pressure from T. Jonas. Weed Nation as well, so obviously a little train forming up for Chopper downwards. I believe, how many cars we've got going in the train so far? Quite a fair few, so at the moment, both House Boys are literally got the best start they can possibly get on lap 1 and pulling away.
Oh, that's the Sauber going wide.
Oh, Weed Nation is now up to P4. Oh, and a little bit of contact there with Jonas. Side by side, not really much room there.
T. Jonas not giving up that position.
No.
He doesn't want to be passed. He's like, no, if you want to pass me, you're going to have to do it differently. As he looks to the inside, the Renault there.
Oh, it's getting a bit close. You don't want to do it around here. Just get right round here, Weed. So the both Haas boys going round, complete lap 1. Poe P1, Squeezy P2, Chopper P3. Now T. Jonas is out on the threat from Weed. Going down the inside. There's still no DRS till the end of lap 2. And Weed looks like he's got the move done into turn 1. Yes, he has, although he's got no about brakes turned.
Here comes T. Jonas. Beautiful snatch back. Look at that.
That is brilliant, though. That is a brilliant move there. I'll give you that.
Absolutely beautiful
Well,
there.
Weed's gone
big
wide.
mistake there for Weed Nation.
Indeed.
Is that going to open it up for gamey things in the Force India to get past him?
And also Smelly
I'm still
Badger.
advocating gamey. I will get you wearing a pink helmet by the end of this season.
No, Weed's literally now just got be patient. Bide is starting to get past Jonas. So obviously at the moment he's got to think of the gamey and Smelly behind him. So
He definitely does. Now this is the point in the race you don't want to be faffing around with who's faster where. Just if you're gonna be, just pass them on speed. Don't bother with that I'm quicker with all of that rubbish. Just pass them on speed. You can hold it off. So we get another message on chat. Hamilton has apparently bottled it according to BSR Marquez.
oh no.
He didn't bottle it as much as he tried.
It's not an easy one to bottle out of that corner. You can easily just lit up your rears and off you go. Oh, GP Hamilton's got past C3. Poe setting the fastest lap of 1 minute 22.3 with DRS now enabled. We've got Bout.
Look at that. Look at T. Jonas and Weed Nation. Sorry to interrupt you, side by side. Now, is T. Jonas hoping you'll do the same thing? No, he decides to outbrake
side
him.
by side. At the moment, it's all good, but
Not anymore, they're not.
T. Jonas still hangs in there. Hamilton's on the move back up recovery. Oh, Plaster's gone back down a
little bit of lag in this lobby. Oh, a lot of lag in this lobby. That's not right. Not sure what happened there with lag. I was on board with Weed Nation. It just seemed.
Weed Nation's off.
I was on board with Weed Nation, mate. What happened there? It seemed that's going to be a very angry drug addict. I mean, Weed Nation there. He's going to be very angry because it seemed that T. Jonas just brake checked him and dropped behind him. Locked tyres, didn't give him any room. It may have been a lag incident. That looked very much like a lag incident, and there was a little bit of lag before. So I believe that may just be an issue with connection there.
Wow. Obviously, we'll leave out to Stuart to sort that one out, and obviously now we've got a massive amount of cars going down. Hamilton has done well on those gravity drives so far, despite the spin-off he had at turn 1 into turn 2. He's in P8, chasing down S. Graham.
Definitely is, and he's done very well to keep that front wing intact. Now, S. Graham here should know that Hamilton is much quicker than him, so he'll let him through on the straight. Give him DRS, give him a tow, and slingshot him towards Pacels.
Pacer is now going to be coming under threat from a charging Hamilton. Though he's
definitely
doing well.
A charging bull and a silver arrow being shot out of the bull slipstream, heading towards the number 10 Renault, but not close enough yet.
Plaster there making a move on easy, going to turn 1. Nicely done there from Plaster. Straight down the inside, literally fair amount gap. No contact, job done.
Well, usually on the hard tyres seems to be struggling.
Hamilton.
Oh, there's dust in the background. What have you seen, mate? As I see usually getting passed by Xerxes.
C3. Oh,
C3,
side by side, still side by
corrected.
side. Easy still hangs on in there to P11, although C3's still not giving
a
up.
hard defender. He will not try and let you pass that easily. But, mate, you're going to have to concede it. Conserve your tyres. Those are the hard tyres. You're in the best position right now in the race.
Private spot, just got to keep yourself going. Obviously, let the soft runners burn them up. Oh, C3 going a little bit wide, but maintains car control. Although, Uzi's now coming back on C3 going down the inside. There, move of a dive bomb, but nicely done though. C3's now not giving up though. Ooh, very close there for front wing. C3 coming up the inside.
For Uzi.
Should be okay with the line. Although Weed Nation's down the back with C3.
See, now this is the talk. Who's quicker than who? They're going to have double DRS. Uzi's going to be in the worst position possible as Pacel's pits.
Pacel's in the pits. It's very slowly going into pits. Activates limiter way early.
Inside for defence, but he's just going to get past.
He's got wing damage though.
Pacel's
has got wing damage.
Oh, that's unfortunate, depending on who he's hit. Uzi has been passed by these two drivers, Weed Nation and Xerxes, and it's C3 even, sorry.
So it's all good, it's all good.
One day I'll learn names.
You should know
Smelly Badger and GP1 Hamilton. Smelly letting GP1 through. Good talk there for Smelly Badger, knowing what the strategy is. Come lap 1, I believe the strategy was, if there's an incident involving one of the fast guys, don't hold him up. Now, CTG Mays has pitted. Just something I want to highlight in the other Mercedes driver. He's pitted and he's on the hard tyres too.
Indeed, although Mays' pace on the long runs they are pretty good and very consistent. So, obviously he's got 26 seconds to pick up too easy. But if the guys...
if the guys pack, I'm just watching here. Now, T. Jonas and S. Graham, both SFR drivers getting close together. Now, are they going to have to defend from the Ferrari of Plaster behind them, or are they going to try and work together to slipstream their way up to catch up to Smelly Badger and the drivers ahead?
Well, working up with slipstreaming together, it can work in one way, it can also backfire in others. Oh, and
especially if S. Graham makes that mistake, which means that T. Jonas should be right on top of him now. Now, he should not defend too hard. There's a little bit that's got the lag symbol on the car.
Side by side at the moment.
No dice.
Nicely done into turn 1. Although S. Graham's not giving, he's still literally on the back of his rear.
Via Valtteri Bottas.
Or Kimi Räikkönen in that fact.
I mean, you know,
yeah.
Either way. But look how close they get during this sector here. They're just so close. But from here down, there's just such a train. So we just got to keep watching these guys.
Indeed. The sector 2, though, the complex of medium to slow speed with a bit of fast...
Whoa! That's a Red Bull going far out.
Oh, was that going way wide there, giving an invitation there for Plaster.
Definitely was, but not enough for Plaster, though.
Lucky he got away from it from that one. That could have gone any wrong there. It's gone into the wall.
Definitely could have. See, the thing is, the TTFL drivers are going to be absolutely fuming back here. I'm quicker than you. Let me go through. No, you're not. It's only because we're stuck in the train.
But S. Graham though is creating this train though, and the problem is though all three of them behind S. Graham have got DRS. Obviously, C3 now is going on a charge on for Plaster. Oh, easy guys.
Graham pulls to the inside to defend.
Oh,
he's getting
on the outside.
In. No!
C3 had to take
it was never going to work there. S. Graham knew where to position the car, and he's done that fantastically. As we look up, GP1 Hamilton is catching another one of his teammates. Is Gamey Things going to let him through as easy as the rest? He probably should, but Gamey is a hard defender. And Gamey is one of the best defenders I've seen on this game for a long time. Just going to drop down to Weed Nation. He's not happy with his teammates' tactics. He wants to pass Plaster on speed. Or no, sorry, he's been told to pass Plaster.
Yeah, he's going if he's going. Plaster's just backing off to let him go. No,
that's good. Plaster's had his turn. Now, is Gamey Things going to go deep and let GP1 Hamilton through? He is, at the same time, it's a bit half-assed, but Gamey Things lets him through.
Nice little move there. Nice little move. We'll just switch him.
Definitely is. Now, I think it's interesting that the TTL guys thought, okay, I'll have one go one lap, you have the next go. If you can break him, then we'll follow you through. But they've pulled a massive gap from each other. Look at that.
Yeah, Weed, was it Weed's like on the charge, Perry and Squeezy. Oh, there's Gaming Things are in the
Gaming Things
pits.
enters the pit lane.
No,
It's an early stop for Gaming, lap 8 out of lap 33. Now, going to take you through the move here. Weed Nation pulls to the right, following S. Graham. Then he pulls to the left, looking at S. Graham. S. Graham squeezing him. All legal, though. He picked his line and it was absolutely fine.
Oh, Weed's literally, Weed's got a good line there, going around the inside for better grip. Now he's, although he goes a little bit wide, is he going to try and down the inside?
Look at that, Weed Nation. He's frustrated behind the Red Bull, isn't he? You could tell he's frustrated with the way he's driving.
Yeah,
Whoa, look at that, he's had a look.
He's literally going to give Graham like the hell of his life, literally, see how far he can push him to compromise into a mistake. Although Graham's
I've got to say that though, S. Graham's defended from some amazing attackers, including myself, and S. Graham has made it stick. And I think S. Graham might just be able to hold it now, coming onto this DRS straight. DRS open on the Renault.
Where's
in
Weed
the slipstream.
go?
Renault engine versus Renault engine. Perfect there. Perfect defending from S. Graham. He knows exactly where to position
the front runners are in the pits. We go to Squeezy. Squeezy's the first one into the pits.
Oh, get after it, mate, as Weed Nation pushes his way through. Oh, that's very naughty from Weed Nation. He body slammed the Red Bull off the track there.
Oh, unfortunately, I just missed it on action, so unfortunately, I cannot commentate on that one. Squeezy's now coming out of the pits on hard, so keep an eye on him.
Definitely will be, but unfortunately after that mistake and that incident, S. Graham is going to be furious, but he's got to be good. Oh dear, there's been contact as the Ferrari gets sent flying out the way.
Was there contact down the straight with a contact?
It was contact on the straight, and by the looks of it, as Plaster has left the session out of rage, out of sheer rage. Now, with my phone open, I was able to see a replay. It looked like S. Graham made a very, very late defensive move out of anger against the Ferrari, smashing the rear wing against the back of the car, sending Plaster into the wall. But that is unfortunate, and that may have just cost everyone in this lobby a slipstream.
Indeed. As was it, Weed Nation, Squeezy. Obviously, if Weed's going to probably let Squeezy go through, is he? Yes, yeah, he does.
He made a very, very not a very optimistic, a very obvious switch round in his mirror, saying, "I'm quicker than you, get out the way."
Well, Squeezy's just come out of the pits on fresh tyres, so he doesn't want to get compromised, although now he's got to get past T. Jonas. Now, as Poe is in the pits, the race leader.
I mean, they're teammates, so is that compromised your team, as those two were teammates?
The thing is, though, if you go a bit longer, yeah, you might fall back into a bit of traffic, but to compensate on it, you got fresh rubber.
I tell you what, though, when I last raced here, the two-stop was quicker in these conditions.
Yeah, you can get away
now,
with
is that what the top two runners, Hamilton and SFR Chopper, are attempting to do?
Wow. See what happens. Anything does come with surprises, so...
Definitely does, as we see Squeegee and Poe now third and fourth, respectively, wanting to carry on. And S. Graham goes onto the medium tyres. That screams two-stop to me.
Yeah, that's pretty much confirmed two-stop right there. Softs to mediums and then back to softs again.
Definitely is. Let's have a look at the other SFR drivers. T. John was going for the one-stop strategy himself. Gaming Things already was one of the first drivers to pit, I believe on lap 8, long before everyone else on the hard tyres too. So this is going to all scream two-stop for some drivers, one-stop for others, as Weed Nation now tries to have a go at T. Jonas, who's on those fresh.
Chopper's in the pits.
Hard tyres, as Chopper comes to the pits. Chopper does. I know I'm a little bit biased, but those look like medium tyres on the car, on the setup. No, they're not. They're hard tyres. He's waiting.
Oh, he's got a
stop-go penalty, or are the tyres not ready?
No, 5 seconds stop-go by the looks of it for something, but they're not sure what for.
What was that for? What was that? I saw no indication on.
Yeah, that's a bit odd. Do not know what happened there, but that has cost him a lot.
Who's his teammate?
Plaster.
Plaster's out the race, so oh wait, Plaster's ghost is pitted.
Yeah.
That's why you retire.
Weed and Jonas. Weed and Jonas
screwed it.
Weed's just gone up to P9, overtaking T. Jonas.
Well, that's soft tyres versus hard tyres. Yeah, that was no. I've just got a confirmation.
Oh.
There is no penalty there. That was the ghost screwing SFR Chopper out of it. That is going to be angry Ferrari.
Jonas is not
angry
giving
everything. That is going to be interesting about if there's talk of the stewards there.
Indeed. What was it? Jonas?
That's why in SFR there's a rule that you retire in the pit lane so the ghost disappears. You don't retire on track.
Nope.
As GP1 Hamilton joins everyone in the pits. Now, he's 7 seconds ahead. I want to see what tyres he goes on.
Be interesting. Perry and Squeezy will now go past and regain their positions.
Those are hard tyres. Why is no one going for the 2 stops?
Well, they can think and say they can get the hards to the end. Yes, you can probably get the hards to the end, with the due fact that you're going to be literally, tyres will be screaming.
I'd go for the 2 stop. I would have gone medium and softs. That's what I ran last time and I got a semi-good result. I can't really remember, to be honest. As we're looking at Weed Nation being the fastest man on track now. Where is he? He's in 9th place. Now, S. Graham is attempting to pass, who's that? Pacels ahead of him, but Pacels is on the softer compound of tyres, so he's a little bit quicker in a straight line, but I don't know. It could be interesting to see if S. Graham can catch anyone. And right now, I believe they're the closest battle we have on track.
They are indeed, although everything's all
Sector 1, we have an issue going through Sector 1 now, going through the yellow flag zone. Who's that? That's T. Jonas.
Lost it at exit 10-3.
Oh, thank God he ghosted there, because T. Jonas was not looking where he was going. He's got no wing!
So he must have speared off, going wide at 10-3.
It was. It looked like there was no contact on the screen. So poor T. Jonas in the Sauber struggling so much. Maybe the hard tyres just aren't working for him, as he can barely keep it on track.
Oh, that will now completely compromise his race and strategy.
Definitely will be. Right now, I'd go on the medium tyres and go as far as you can and bolt on the softs.
Or you can just literally get away with 2 softs.
I don't think softs will make it that distance though. Right, here's another strategy call as UC pulls to the inside, not wanting to give much of a toe to the Ferrari, but knowing that SFR Chopper is quicker right now.
Weed Nation goes even
SFR
faster.
Chopper, a little bit of a weave, saying thank you. SFR Chopper should arguably be higher up the field after that unholy incident in the pit lane. Smelly Badger though. Smelly Badger and the Williams is having a look at Gamey things. 2 of the SFR drivers. So, who's quicker out of this? Well, Gamey's been on those hard tyres a while, and Smelly's only got Sector 3, T. Jonas out.
Is that
That is our first driver. Oh no!
Pit lane. The pit lane. Oh no.
Oh, that's an understeer straight into the pit lane. Poor lad. And that is just he's gonna be so embarrassed of that situation. Poor guy. He's such a lovely chap, T. Jonas, and it's a shame that his race has ended this way.
It can easily happen around this track. Obviously, understeering into the pit lane with no wing has happened. I've done it myself.
Definitely has. Right, I've done it a few times too. I remember, most notably at Hungary, I actually missed the pit lane. But here's an interesting bit on track, as GP1 Hamilton is lining up a move on Z3. Who pits?
Yeah.
Well, that was short-lived.
Get a bit too dramatic there. Well, Smelly things, Scapey things in there. Smelly Badger, I get the names right way round. Apologies. Yeah, literally getting closer and closer down the straight here.
Definitely are now. Shall we see who passes who first? It doesn't look like there'll be any orchestrated move here. He might be saying, hey, I want to go past. He's saying he wants to go past on this.
They're compromising. Oh, and the damage.
No.
They touched each other. They touched. Not what they want.
No damage though.
I think there's a bit of carbon fibre off Smelly Badger. Weed's not coming up the inside.
Now on board, there doesn't look like there's any damage, but unfortunately that's compromised his line through, letting Weed Nation through. Oh, Gamey, mate, you should have let him through, mate.
Oh, that better be some words.
Let's drop down to SFS Graham even, who's close up the Pacels. God, these guys can't hold us off, can they?
Indeed. It's just literally all go at the moment, so Pacels not doing too bad. They're running 11th.
Yeah, that's not going too bad either. Everyone here is so closely matched. They know what they're doing with strategy, even though we don't know what we're doing.
Indeed. So at the moment, Weed's still closing. Haas boys at the front, controlling the race as it is for them, so getting the vital points.
Definitely is. That is the full 43 points going for the Haas team there. Something I didn't expect I'd be saying anytime soon, as Weed Nation lines up a move on the Force India.
I was just about to say,
yeah.
Weed with DRS now trying to go down the inside of those gaming things, covering off, making his second move.
Is not an easy pass, mate. He is not an easy pass whatsoever. You see, he didn't even let his own teammate through, so it should be interesting to see how Weed Nation reacts to having to pass the man who is the hardest man to pass in Speed Force.
He's going to try going down the outside. Obviously, Weed's going through the ghost of Plaster there.
Look at that. Jamie just makes that car so wide. Honestly, it's like he's driving a lorry half the time. And he doesn't hold off. He'll do a dive bomb if he can. He did one on me, and it knocked all the momentum out of me for the rest of the race.
Oh god.
Right, DRS now. This should be a simple move for Weed Nation. He's been right up his gearbox all the way through. Jamie pulls to the inside. Look at that.
Switchback. Weed's got him on the switchback. Nicely done there, Weed. I'll give him that one. That made them
will. But will Gamey give it back? He doesn't like that idea of, hey, I've just been passed.
Hamilton's gone the fastest lap of the race.
He's stretching his legs. He knows what he's doing.
Trying to catch down to the Haas boy.
He enters the pits for the first time.
So
is Gamey on those hard tyres able to catch up to Weed Nation? He's slowly gaining on him. Slowly. Is he going to go for a Daniel Ricciardo dive bomb? He's looking. He looked, but he didn't.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a good call there if you tried going in there with Weed going committed into the corner.
Yeah, it was quite far back. I think, you know what, a couple of car lengths closer and he would have done it.
Yeah, but those type of moves though, is like if you could try to do it, it can be good in one way and it can hurt you in the other.
It can and can't, but still they're great to watch.
Yes, another wrong with a bit of confetti of carbon fibre.
Well, we saw earlier with a Ferrari getting taken out. That was TTG Plaster making contact with S. Graham. He'll be angry, but the angrier man, I think, will be SFR Chopper, who got screwed out of a decent pit stop due to the ghost of TTG Plaster stopping before him.
Indeed, he would be like very angry there with the Ferrari. So like. Same wise for Timo being served, even though Timo's not racing as a ghost. So
unfortunately, it's how it is. There should have been a more laid out rule with, okay, this is what we do in this situation. It doesn't seem like there was such a rule added in to the little notes sent to both leagues. So I think that's going to have to be looked at for the next time if we do race again. Or the next time any of us race anyone, is if you have a contact like that and you wish not to continue with the race, pit and retire in the pit lane.
Indeed. Well, for lap 17, we've seen some reactions already with dramas and everything. Was it at the moment looking at C3 and Maze? Now, I don't know what the guys are going to do. And Maze lets C3 through, so that's happy days. Whilst that's all happening on, just going to quickly run through the positions where everyone else is in the moment.
That's Graham was retired. Where's that? That seems like contact, and it is
10-4.
Oh no, that's two SFR drivers down and one TTL driver down.
Just before 10-4, roughly nearby the spot of where Hamilton and Rosberg collided for the Mercedes.
Tell you what, yeah, but he's in a Red Bull, so he doesn't have that exclusive parking spot.
No, that's true. That is true.
Right, run through the order, sir.
As we're just going to run through the order for all the drama end up kicking off. We got we got Poe in P1 there, with Squeezy's teammate Hamilton in P3 with Chopper in P4. Weed is in P5. Gamey Things is in 6th. C3 is 7th, followed behind by Maze in P8. Easy's in P9, Smelly Badger's in P10, Plaster's in 11th, S. Graham is in 12th, but he'll more likely end up in 13th after Plaster overtakes him in the Ghost for being DNF'd. So current driver's not racing is S. Graham, Jonas and the Ghost of Plaster.
See, now we've got to remember, and thank God we're live streaming this, they've got to remember that Plaster will not gain any points for his team in this event due to him not completing the full race distance. Otherwise, someone could just sit in Ghost all the way through.
Indeed. Yeah, which everyone would like to do, but that's not really racing.
Well, not me. We're good hard racing.
Exactly.
What are we, Robo Race?
No.
Just taking the pure shots at
Indeed.
something that should not have been created.
Indeed.
Such a stupid concept. I mean, I like Formula E, and that's about the most dramatic I get. Oh, I like Formula E. Do you like Robo Race? Go away, in other words.
Formula E just sounds like, what? Should just like wind up freaking electric toys, just literally going around
Well,
outside.
nothing wrong with it. It's the concept, the fact that the electrical scene of racing cars and cars in general, electric cars, is evolving constantly. And plus, to be honest, it was better racing than we had in 2016.
True, but I should just stick a V12 in it. There we go. That'd be even better. That's in my eyes.
Well, we all want the V12, but V12s and V10s are dead now, even in road cars.
They're still making them. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, but they're not really, they're too expensive, really. Look at the. I'm quite the advocate of Honda NSX and the new Lexus. They're very pretty cars and they're hybrids, but the alternate version of that is a whopping great big V6.
Indeed. There's a lot
Nice
of
big noises.
Indeed. At the moment, not currently much happening out on track at the moment.
No, there isn't. And they're at the point in the race now that everyone will wind down. They'll all go crazy later on. That's normally how it works with SFR. I don't know about TTFL.
Well, obviously when it comes to this point, when it gets quiet, try to get some airtime with people, just like catch up on like how they're doing the race and stats and everything else. So
definitely is. To be honest, at this point in any race that I commentate over, I just start talking about random rubbish, and that normally evolves into Formula E.
Indeed.
Or GT Sport at this rate, because I've been playing that way too much.
Yeah, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Well, seeing as now, in the latest update today, this car here that I'm looking at, the Mercedes W08 or whatever it is, has been added into the game. So I'm going to have fun relivering that one up.
As long as you can apply your settings onto that, see what happens.
I don't mind. I'm just going to stick a load of stickers on the side of it and say it's mine.
Anyway, should we go back to the...
You've had your turn. That's my car now.
Yeah. Should we go back to the questions I just asked the people earlier involving the formation lap?
Yeah, go on. Let's just reiterate it, and then we'll bring it up after the podium, and we'll see if anybody has guessed. Right now, I've had no guests on stream.
Nothing so far. So the question I asked earlier, earlier in the race, when it came to round with formation lap, name one driver I am thinking of that has like spun his car and stole it on a formation lap and did not take part in the race. Now, see, I can be mean and I can throw a clue.
See, the thing is though, I would go, the only driver I can think of that's done that is Jack Aitken in Formula 2, but this isn't Formula 2.
No, it's happened in Formula 1. And it's not to do with the current grid of drivers we got on there at the moment.
Oh, it's a hard guess. So if anybody has any comments, put it in either of the chats. I know I've got my chat open on my phone right now.
I've got mine open as well.
Brilliant. So we can find out what you put there now as I try and clear the notifications on my phone because I've got way too many.
At the moment, we've got nothing so far. So.
There is a battle brewing right now on track between SFR, Chopper, and Weed Nation. It's just brewing right now. It's just tantalising. But the worst part about this now is that Chopper, if he's planning on pitting this lap, has got to wait because Plaster has just pitted now, or the Ghost of Plaster. The Ghost of Plaster's pass has just pitted, so he's got to wait if he's planning on pitting, and that is such a stupid system.
Weed's going into the pits
I've had
anyway.
one guess. There has been one guess now on the on the Facebook, on the YouTube page.
Which one? On your one?
Yeah, on Maldonado. Yeah, Maldonado is the guess from Lee Carroll. He said he could crash himself out.
Well, yeah, Maldonado can crash himself out. That's just the normal with him. But I am thinking of a driver that is not in the current grid.
Maldonado's not on the current grid.
No, but he's not the one I'm thinking of, unfortunately.
Alright. Yeah, you and your knowledge versus us. Me, I'm a pleb, but I don't know anything. To be honest, the most I know about Maldonado is the fact that I'm going to be doing marshalling over him this August at the World Endurance Championship at Silverstone. So expect to see my name in the obituaries as he kills me. Do you know how dangerous he is on track? Honestly, I'm going to be murdered.
Well,
Standing there in my orange jumpsuit, and I'm going, oh god, here comes a car.
Wow. What corner are you going to be based on, though? That's the thing.
You don't know. You don't know until you're told.
Yeah.
Until you get there. Literally at sign-in at 7:30 in the morning. You don't know until you're told.
Well, let's just hope it's not in the fast section then.
Oh, see, the only times I've marshalled has been at Beckett Centre and cops outside, so the fast bits at Silverstone.
Indeed.
I'll be murdered. I mean, I'd like to be in pit lane because I get a chance to the drivers when they come out of the car, but you know.
Wow, that'd be interesting. Obviously, you get in the pit lane, you can just see everyone lined up in the cars and heading out. Hearing the glorious sounds.
Definitely was. I did the Silverstone Classic a couple of weeks ago, and we got on Saturday, which is the longest day. We didn't bother with the marshalling, so we did it as spectators. We went at the back in the paddock of the international pit lane, where I'd been for the Grand Prix before, but we went there, and we saw all of these old GT cars just there, and they all. I've got a video of it. I need to put it up online. But they all go out, and the noise they make was phenomenal. Like, no silly turbos, no hybrids or anything, just pure speed. And as the first penalty pops up on the grid here on lap 23 with 11 laps to go, it's gaming things with a 3-second penalty.
Oh, that might cost him a little bit.
Well, he's 4 seconds away from Z3, so it should be fine. Right now, at least. He has got a line of wear brewing on those Force India's tyres. It's a shame that Force India, come the end of this summer break, might not even be Force India anymore.
Oh, that is a shame, because started off in 2007, taken over from Jordan. Started off as a backmarker team. Okay, they had to wait till like at least...
Jordan didn't last you 2007, did it? No, because Jordan was bought by...
Stewart
was bought by Jaguar, which was bought by Red Bull.
Yep. Jordan is
Force India came in 2008, I think.
2007. 2008.
Sure.
Because Jordan took over.
Either way, they have a pink car, and I like the pink car because my nails are currently bright pink. Don't ask. There's a whole story about it.
Something you're not telling us there, JB.
Well, actually, seeing as they're now having on track, I can tell you, my best friend, who I mentioned earlier in the stream about 5 years ago in the old lobby, she's having a hard time with depression. So I said, the best thing I can do to help cheer her up is to paint my nails. And to be honest, for a medical way, it actually helps. Because I have this horrible habit of biting my fingernails. So with it, with them painted, I can't...
Squeezy's in the pit. Sorry to interrupt there, JB. Hamilton's gone into P2. Squeezy's in the pit. So I'm guessing his hards are not going to make the next 8 laps.
Well, it probably could. He could always have planned to go on the soft tyres at this point of the race. And it could be that he was going to two-stop, but he wanted the hard tyres to make sure he would two-stop.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. See what his pace is now.
Anyway,
There's a chopper coming out. Chopper's coming down. Chopper's coming down. Is Squeezy going to get in front? Oh, side by side into turn 1, into turn 2. Squeezy just got ahead.
He's had to let him go. Quicker tyres, fresher tyres, as Weed Nation goes the fastest man on track. But someone else who pitted was Yuzi in that situation when I was going on about my fingernails. Alright girls, calm down. Looking to go past Pacels in the Renault. Red Bull and Renault currently at odds in real Formula 1, and not much difference here in SFR versus TTFL. He's looking left, he's looking right, but Pacels is positioning that car everywhere.
He's doing what he can to make that Renault big, and he's pulling it off like a treat so far. Although he will be getting under threat by Uzi now on the straight. Now his pace is going to defend the inside. No, he's not.
A lot of lag coming off that car there, isn't there?
Oh, Uzi going down the inside. Ooh, close. That
is a move there because of lag. You can tell it's being orchestrated. A lot of lag now coming off those two cars.
Oh, I hope it doesn't crash out the session. Not at this time of the race.
Definitely not. Not with many laps left of this race. I don't know the full standings of how the points will go at this point in time, so I'll wait for the mysterious voice in my ear or on my phone to tell me who's going to win at the end of this event as Gamey Things enters the pit lane.
Again, but putting on a set of softs, believe in the hards, I'm not going to do it. So all those people pitting early to go on the hard tyres, it's kind of backfiring to go into the two-stop.
It definitely is. Now, I would have gone for the medium tyres. It would have been the quickest setup, but oh, brilliant move!
Oh, Pacer's got back. Pacer's back.
There for Uzi.
Pacer's got back.
Pacers has passed him back, but that is Uzi frustrated behind him, and he wants to pass him, and I think he's struggling with the lag between the two cars.
That's the race leader of Poe coming up behind these two as well, so they really don't want to get involved in this. Pacers have
got a time penalty as well, so Pacers has let him through. Now Uzi is on fresh soft tyres. He should be able to pull away from Poe. Should is the optimal word right now.
Indeed, but it depends if Poe wants to make a charge. At the moment, he's only just 8.3.
Z3's gone. Where's that? That's from 5th place.
Oh,
let's have a look.
That's the spot. That's the spot I was talking about. Come over the crest into DRS. Goes wide on exit.
He's been taken out by someone.
It's their Blaster's ghost.
Now, what happened there is that there might have not been a wheel hanging off the car before. That's probably just down to the fact that he has hit the wall so hard that the black box in the car, as it's known, has triggered it. As Uzi now gets out of the way of the leader, and that's his race 1 lap taken down.
Well, at least he can push a bit. Obviously,
he can push. I'll tell you what, Uzi, if he stayed with him, might be in a good position to overtake people because he'd stay in the slipstream.
He'll do the Verstappen trip, literally, in Monaco, just stick behind the leader.
Yeah,
he'll be fine.
A few years ago, that cheating little Dutch friend. Our cheating Dutch friend.
Yeah, but it's a good tactic.
The thing is, one of my other mates is Dutch right now, so I'm gonna bite my tongue.
Yeah, I'll be careful.
But he's a Ricardo fan, so he's all right.
That's fair reason. I've always been a Dutch fan, you'd be a fan of Max, but obviously not.
To be honest, I am only a fan of Lewis because he's British, but you know.
Can't go wrong with Lewis. Worked as hard to get where he is now.
Jensen for me, mate. It was Jensen for me.
Jensen had his chance though, unfortunately. He got, gifted with 2009 with a brawn.
Oh, don't say he was gifted, he had to work for that.
It was a Honda.
The car didn't exist. The car did not exist before pre-season testing, mate. He had to work for it. He took a pay cut for that team to exist.
Yeah, it was a Honda, but then obviously they stuck like a Mercedes engine in it.
It was a better looking car.
That is true though, it did do well.
It is my favourite Formula 1 car ever.
He was also praying for Rubens Barrichello to win the championship on that one, just to get something back from his years, but...
Yeah, but it was Jensen.
Yeah.
He was against Jensen, he was against the next big thing before Lewis Hamilton turned up, and it was like, wait.
But there's one thing I will not forget Jensen Button for, that's going back to Canada, when him and Hamilton were teammates, and when it was that soaking 5-hour race.
He thought he was further ahead. He thought he was further ahead than he was. That's what I did at Silverstone this season. I thought I was further ahead. Then, Noah, can I span across him?
That's unfortunate.
He thought he was further ahead than he was, and to be honest, Lewis was having a terrible race anyway. You can't get me to change my mind. Jensen will always be my favourite.
Give him credit though, from come back to take over from Vettel on the last night on that race. So.
Oh, well, Vettel span out himself.
Cocky little German.
I mean, I feel sorry for Seb come Germany because he controlled that race. He lost it all himself. There's such a shame with what happened there.
I just laughed when that happened. I was just literally cheering off the sofa.
To be honest, right, the thing with Seb, I like Lewis because he's British, and I like Seb because he has nice helmets. I really like that German helmet he did this year. That was a really nice one, like the nice designed one.
Although
He's not saying nothing because he's trying hard not to laugh right now.
But no.
SFR know that all of my experience with Formula 1 relies on helmets. I like the drivers if they have a nice helmet as well.
Go on then, have a look through now at the moment. Have a look on TTFL's helmets then as you go through, as we've got nothing going on.
I will low-key judge everyone.
Low-key judge, are we?
Oh, you know me, I'm going to judge everyone. Right, so we got 2 laps left as I'm secretly going to look through and look at every TTFL helmet and choose my favourite. Just judging secretly at everyone. And the entirety of SFR are currently laughing at me at this point, and you know, I don't care.
All is good, mate, all is good. Gotta keep something entertaining.
I've had extensive discussions about Maze's helmet.
Oh.
It's a bit odd with that one, but hey ho. Pace's one, that's nice, but I think my favourite is actually going to be Poe's up at the top. It's just because I like orange, I like pink, and I like blue.
Mixture of colours.
Yeah. So orange on this game is horrific.
I know. Just look at the hard side
This
logo.
game's helmet design was awful, and apparently 2018 is going to be just as bad. Oh, sad.
Well, see how they do with it. Still got plenty of time to modify it.
I just want stickers. I just want to be able to have the Renault symbol on the helmet if I'm driving a Renault, the Mercedes symbol if I'm driving a Mercedes car. You know, just something to make it more realistic instead of just these. They look like blobs. Oh well, we all say that we want these things in the game, and to be honest, we wouldn't be able to make. If we tried making the game, we'd all end up terribly.
Well, like, you know, everyone will have their own ideas and their specs and all that stuff. Just like get creative mind and creative motion going, and there you go, got a perfect game going. Or even design.
You say that. Imagine me trying to code a game. I've tried. It's awful. The game crawled out of the pit and just went, killing me.
Go down into the void.
Release me off Steam. I don't want to exist. It hurts. It's like when Bart turned that frog into a frog prince hybrid. It's like,
oh
no.
God.
Bringing the Simpsons into it.
Yeah, they bring Simpsons into it.
I mean, then again, that's like Formula 1, isn't it? Brilliant originally, and as it gets older and older, it seems to get crapper. Though, to be honest, this season of Formula 1 is quite entertaining.
Everyone's all going for it. So.
Except for Hungary. That just sucked.
Hungary was brilliant. Qualifying was epic.
Yeah, qualifying was great, but the race was awful.
Just needed a
It
bit
was
more rain.
Monaco. No one did nothing.
Nothing wrong with Hungary. Lots
of things wrong with Hungary.
Hungary's a brilliant track.
Best track in Formula 1 are Silverstone and Spa.
The old Jules.
Yeah, I do like Canada, but you know, Silverstone and Spa. I mean, something that occurred to me. Everyone's like, "Oh, Silverstone's so flat, though. There's no elevation changes." You come with me to Silverstone, and I'll show you where the hills are.
Go to Austria. There's loads of hills there.
Yeah, you fall off that, you'll end up running into Max Verstappen.
Wow, not really. Just yodeling on the way down.
I just tell you what, I wish Daniel Ricciardo would have won in Austria there, but you know, you can't have everything.
Nope.
Tell you what, here's something interesting. GP1 Hamilton is just wow-wee Hamilton back end. Gave Yuzi a bit of a scare as Yuzi makes an absolute effort to get out of the way. He was like 10 car lengths ahead.
I did so.
Yeah, you saw that. Oh, mental.
But
You're gonna slide, do it properly. Oh, good, we're good. Gracious, we're on the last lap.
Indeed.
I hadn't noticed.
It's just like laps going by while we blabber away just to keep the music going with your pink nails, with your pink nails and helmet design, low keys, and game codings and everything.
You've just described me.
All in one.
Right. The maths I've got right now, people are saying, from the years in my voice, they're saying that apparently TTFL should be winning right now, if it all finishes like this, should be winning by 6 points. It may be wrong, we don't know. Fletcher did do the maths, and he is a Tyler, so I wouldn't put it past everyone.
No. See what happens.
I just had it confirmed by another admin that we would lose by 6 points. So right now, this might just be a congratulations TTFL, and another ignominious defeat for SFR in the League versus Leagues.
We got Poe now coming around the last couple of corners. Good sort of drive there from start to finish. So Poe now.
Brilliant drive. I mean, his tyres must be screaming.
Indeed.
Not much drama with him.
And there we go. And Poe comes over the line into P1, taking the win there.
Hamilton, P2.
And Squeezy, where is he? Just coming around the last few corners.
As usually finishes being a lap down.
And so
does Pacels.
So we've got Squeezy.
And Plaster doesn't exist, so he shouldn't finish.
No. And there we go, Squeezy finishing P3. Good drive there from Squeezy. Then we've got Chopper coming around.
Just a quick apology for the voices in the background and the language used.
Yeah. I do apologise. That is on my end. Family in the background. I do apologise.
And my end is normally when I have cats around, so I'm stroking them half the time. As Weed Nation finishes in 5th place.
And there we go.
Gave me things.
Eventually will come around. There we go.
Oh.
May's coming around the last corner now, coming into P7. Good solid drive there from him.
I tell you what, we're saying that the TTFL's won right now, but I'm getting reports that there are penalties going to be enforced later on in the race. I'm not sure which are being looked at, but someone took out GP1 Hamilton off the line, that has been said. And there'll be a time penalty for Weed Nation versus S. Graham. Not sure if that was seen on stream, probably was. But this is all things that are going to be looked at after the race. So we don't know what will happen. But at this point in time, disregarding any penalties, TTFL have just won.
Yeah, regarding the penalties, there's your top 3. Squeezy in 3rd, with Hamilton in 2nd. But your race winner today is TTG Poe, staying on the top there.
That the Haas twins, that is. The twins in the Haas.
Indeed.
And the one Mercedes driver.
Well, been a good solo drive there from top 3 and a good recovery drive there for Hamilton, despite everything happening in the start.
It definitely was, and it's good to see that all of SFR played ball. So, the ending screen, pending any penalty decisions, is TTG Poe and Hamilton in 1-2, with Squeezy in 3rd and Chopper in 4th, Weed Nation in 5th, Gamey Things in 6th, Maze in 7th, Smelly Badger in 8th, that is Yuzi in 9th, and that is the Pacels in 10th. That was, let me remember.
Plaster 11th.
Plaster, yes. Z3, that was S. Graham, and that was T. Jonas. So right now, as this board stands, TTFL have just won. But the penalties and the stewards will have to work long into the night to work this all out. But as we head back to the lobby, this has been a very long stream due to the issue we had in the first lobby, and then heading on to this side. So we do not have time for podium interviews at this time. So we will have to look out on Facebook and in the chat, in the PSN chats, to find out who's won. So if you want to find out who's won in between this two titanic battle of leagues, head to facebook.com/Speedforce Racing, and we'll see who's won in a couple of days. Now,
right.
How was that race for you, sir?
The race has been brilliant. You know, actions from the start, overtaking galore. Obviously, it fizzled out a little bit at the end, obviously, with the overtakes, obviously, because everyone was spearing out. But despite that, everyone gave it their all and literally committed for the leagues and did it with pride. So, good job all around from both sides.
It definitely was. So, as I said, head on to Facebook and look into PSN chats to see who's going to win in this titanic battle between TTFL and SFR. So, it's been a good race, and I'm going to have to shut this stream off right now because I really need
before you go,
before we go,
I'm going to reveal the answer to my question earlier.
Yes, that was something I was going to say, but I forgot.
Right, so the question I asked you was quickly before we end the stream is guess the driver I was thinking of that is not on the grid that has driven in the formation lap and spun off and stole his car and did not compete in the race at all. Now the driver I can now actually review, if you guys know the knowledge of who I was thinking of. If you haven't, the answer is David Coulthard.
No,
DC dropped it on the exit of Ascari when he was driving back in his days in Williams and did not get out of the gravel trap on the exit. And he was therefore...
See, Williams' problems aren't just recent problems, they're problems back then as well.
Yeah, back then the regulations...
When the engines were wind-up powered because DC's so old.
Back then, that's when DC was young. Very young, and he still spun it.
Alright then, so I think it's time for both of us to end the streams, and I think it's been a very successful stream. So I'm eagerly going to find out who's won this race, and it'll be interesting, and if it's found out before Wednesday, it will be revealed at Wednesday's stream when SFR heads to Mexico for the, don't ask me number, round of the SFR Championship Season 2 Premier Division. So I'd like to say thank you to Stuff for joining me.
You're very welcome there, JB. It's been a pleasure commentating with you for this amazing race. And thank you to everyone on both sides and to everyone watching the streams on both streams for the race tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, because we certainly did.
Yes, we certainly did. So, as I normally say at the end of streams, ta-ra, guys.
Well, now, guys, take it easy. Hopefully see you soon on both leagues. Take care and goodbye.